how big was L back in the day, like compared to everybody?
Yeah.
You gotta fix that. That was nuts.
I'm 41, man. Y'all answer how you want to, man.
I'm being honest. LL, like when you really think about his catalog and the classic, see, to me, those verses, it's tough to have those with certain people because a lot of you can have good music, but how many classic songs you have? I mean, LL go all the way back from, listen, man, I need love, the mama, to, I'm being honest, L don't get the respect he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just sum it up like that for me.
But how was he at the peak of his frenzy? Because for me, I remember Mama Said Knock You Out and Around the Way, Girl.
Bro, Jingling Baby, all of that, bro. Like
So when Jingling Baby came out, like what in the party? What was that? Like that was like
what? L was the man.
I'm growing up in the Doing It era. Like when
that was crazy.
Like when Doing It, because they filmed some of that at Green Acres Mall. I don't know if y'all familiar with Green Acres Mall.
Yeah, I know what
it is. They filmed some of that in Green Acres Mall, and like that's not my introduction to L, but that's my era of when L was and you know the shit that he gets clowned for.
Headsprung.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a classic though. They throw that in the club, they go crazy.
But they go crazy. The Millennium. What's the Millennium one? What's the?
Phenomenon.
There we go.
That was terrible.
That was that's.
But it's the same vein. It's the same vein. Like I didn't expect Headsprung to take off. I thought Headsprung was gonna be like, what is this garbage? And then it worked. Like it does play in the club.
Yeah, it went, but it's just like that was my era. My pops and my moms always say the era before that is like L,
the golden era.
Right. The
80s, 90s, crazy.
Right. The early 90s. Yeah.
The fact that he went from Jingling Baby, I Need Love. I was a baby, and then by the time in junior high school when Doing It came out was Hey Lover, Doing It, Hey Lover, and something else. And there's one more song he had back then. 4 3 2 1.
But yeah. Okay, when he smoked Kennedy.
I Shot You. All that was just like it's cemented
bag and all that.
But L really like keep it real. Like L's one of the originators of the GOAT term, right? Like this, like that GOAT.
He came up with it.
He made up the GOAT term.
Yeah.
Bimme's claiming it now too, though. He said I came up with it.
Relax.
he said it too.
Relax, Bim. Of course, Bimmy says that. Anybody ever wonder why Bimmy's free? Well, never mind. Let me mind my business.
Yeah,
nah,
whoa. Come on. Get the show started. Yeah.
Let me mind my business.
Whoa.
Get the show started, Fabian. Let's go.
I'm saying, why is he free? Why is he free?
But I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Hold on, I gotta do that again. Because I don't like it. I left the comment up there. What's AllBall TV?
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
I was gonna give Bimmy his props, but y'all know what?
I'm sorry.
Nah, listen, man, it is what it is, man.
I am
shout out to Zip with the Drip.
And I am a law-abiding citizen now. I don't know none of that talk anymore.
Shout out to Zip, man. If it's true, it's true. If it's not, let us know. That's all. You from Queens, you're a legend. Please let us know. Your name was out there. You know who I be. Some of these games, Flea. Big Flea. Freaky Flea.
I got a question before we get in our bag, right?
Oh, you can't hit the drops. I'm sorry, Flea. But you can talk over your drop. We live.
Oh, I'm sorry. Big Flea in the building, y'all. What's good?
Dom drop in the building. What up, Dom? Go ahead, Flea.
One of the best in the business.
I think Dom is in Paris.
Paris.
Don't talk to us nice, Dom. Talk to us nice, Dom.
Parlez-vous français?
Oui.
Bonbons. Oui. No.
What it look like out there, Dom? You know, London.
Oh, he's in London. Oh, I'm sorry.
What
are them euros?
What? Still fire. What
time
is
is
it right now?
Mad
Dom?
boring.
Dom, what time is it right now?
I would get
he's
on,
out there
but
with
Chandler
Chandler.
snoozing on the
He's
Friday
out there
night.
with Chandler. They having a blast.
You need to leave Chandler and go
They out there with Chandler. He's having a blast. I got
to
a
that
question for my
London
brothers.
Bridge.
Yeah.
Random question, and we can move on real quick. 2001 Eastern Conference Finals. Allen Iverson, Philadelphia 76ers against the Milwaukee Bucks. Ray, Big Dog, Sam Cassell, Irvin Johnson, George Karl, the coach. Tim Thomas is on that team. Like, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that series, right?
Scott Williams.
Scott Williams. They went 7 games, right?
Because of the elbow.
Steven Jackson just came out, obviously, and said he's a better player than Ray Allen. Ray Allen was a one-dimensional guy. Whatever. It got me talking with a couple of my guys offline about who was the best player on that Milwaukee Bucks team. Is it Big Dog or is it Ray? So I just want to ask y'all real quick. I'm not asking that. In the Eastern Conference Finals, ballpark figure, how much y'all think Ray Allen averaged in that Eastern Conference Finals? 7
30.
games.
30.
I'm gonna say over 30.
Okay. 27 a night.
He was killing.
Almost shot 50, 40, 90 from the field, y'all.
He had a 40 plus game, if I'm mistaken, or 36.
Fabian.
He had like 9 or 10 3-pointers. They were all like changing.
That
Listen,
dude
man.
was special in that series, man. Yeah, the disrespect on Ray Allen, it got to stop. That disrespect that people trying to put smut on his neck, that's got to stop.
You got to remember, AllBall, I'm at Ryan's house all the time. Sonia's basement. That's where I got my schooling from. League Pass just came out. Ryan's a big Ray Allen fan. I don't know what he is today, AllBall, but back then, he looked like Ray Allen. His mom's even said, yo, you look like him. This is crazy.
I couldn't.
The Bradley Center, we watched half of their games at least.
We talked about the Bucks jersey last. I think remember last night we was talking about with the buck on it, and I was just like, something made me say, let me go look. Let me go take a peek and look. And I was like, damn, I didn't know Ray was like. I don't remember it like that. Obviously, I watched it, but I don't remember it like that. He was a killer.
I'm gonna say this before we get started, because now I'm gonna make a post. I'm glad you said that, Fleet.
Yeah.
My opinion, Ray Allen is the 4th greatest shooting guard of all time, behind Jordan, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, and he's better than Allen Iverson. Let's get the show started. However y'all want to feel about that, argue with yourself. Ray Allen, people tend to forget he was the guy. UConn, Milwaukee. Then he translated his game and became Robert Horry 2.0. I don't know what people, the disrespect for Ray Allen and Scottie Pippen has to stop. To me, those are 2 players that people, for some reason, don't have them in the greatest small forward conversation and the greatest shooting guard conversation for whatever reason. But when you go back and watch their highlights, insane. Yeah, Ray Allen had the handle, the midi, the 3-point, and let's not forget he'll bang it on you.
He D'd up.
Got older, didn't complain, and found another role and won more championships. Man, listen, 4th greatest shooting guard of all time.
Flea, let's not forget, your man pulled the original NWO in the NBA. He did the Hulk Hogan leg drop on Boston.
Yes, he did.
And went right to Miami.
Facts.
Before, actually, LeBron, well, yeah, he turned. Y'all are washed. He got sick of Rondo.
Oh, gee, he ain't do that though.
Did he?
He said, "Go to hell."
Did he?
And guess what? I'm gonna win another championship, and y'all niggas be mad about that for a decade. Go be mad about that for a decade.
All he was missing was the NWO shirt with the belt and with the music.
Yo, what he said, we're in Miami trying to battle them in the Eastern Conference Finals, and this guy's out here looking for houses.
Bro, that is so funny. That is like hilarious. He said, y'all go to hell. I'm going to win again. Because you niggas.
Walter, that's why I like the Boston announcers the best. Boston announcers to me are the greatest, like besides New York, because they're hilarious, they're homers. They used to call them Walter. Walter.
Well, before rest in peace, Tom Heinsohn. It was Tommy Heinsohn and Mike.
He's
Gorin,
the man.
Or Gorin.
Tommy Heinsohn is the man.
I love
Scalabrini's there now.
Who?
Scalabrini's there.
Yes.
The White Mamba.
Yeah.
What?
I just wanted to ask.
Yo, the fact that he called himself that,
He
and
does.
then
He
challenged
leans into that.
Red Bull, the fact that
leans
he
into
did that, and he said, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Yo, you think you could play me 1-on-1?" And he went out there and started killing everybody. I respect the White Mamba.
I just wanted to ask y'all that real quick. I took a trip down memory lane last night, 1 o'clock in the morning. Should be sleeping. I'm looking at, being a junkie, basketball junkie. I know what I mean. But yeah,
You're not bugging. That's why I hate George Karl. He broke that team up. He messed the Seattle team up. I don't know why they didn't remember. They had a rookie. What's the kid? The lefty with the trigger on Milwaukee.
Michael Redd.
Michael Redd was on that team.
He was a rookie.
On the Eastern Conference
Remember?
Finals. Yes.
We talked about this.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we saw him on the Knuckleheads thing. I forgot that he was, drafted there. He said he worked his way up. But George Karl, how you remember you had Michael Redd and Ray Allen?
They had a team, OG.
They were sick. They should have won.
Like
they would
have.
Listen,
stupidest head coach of all time.
The Celtics playing the Lakers in that year, or Milwaukee playing the Lakers would have looked different. I'm not saying they would have won, but Milwaukee they were crazy.
They were tough. And they also talk about real quick, Bodega Mayor. Ray was the number one option in Seattle. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So
Rashard was there.
Shardy was there, but
not Luke Ridnow. Was it Luke Ridnow? Yeah.
Fleet. They forget. That's all I'm saying. They forget.
He was the guy there.
Listen, the second game he played the Lakers, he gave Kobe a triple-double. Big facts. We were watching Ray Allen, bro.
So there was that season, the 2000-2001 season. They talk about so much how if the Bucks did beat that Philly team, they beat the Lakers twice that season. I went back and looked at the scores. They beat them by a total of like 11 points. So it's not like they killed them, but they were a tough matchup for that Laker team.
It would have been a better series for sure.
It would have been a better, right. That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
I don't think they weren't going to beat them. I don't believe that.
You imagine they could have stole one like AI did. But there was no answer for Ray Allen. He just wasn't. He was, and then I'm not a big Glenn Robinson fan. So I don't know how he would have in the NBA. He was all right. He was all right in the NBA.
But big shout out to Spawn Page, and this is something that people sweep under the rug. Ray Allen was good right away. See, I don't some players, which is nothing wrong with that, take 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Ray Allen came right from college into the fire and was killing. Yeah. So my whole thing, like I said, if you could literally name 5 shooting guards all time better than Ray Allen, I really want to hear and see this one day. And not
at his peak.
Right, but not your best. We have fan favorites. So like right now, Brunson is my favorite player. But I'm not going to say Brunson is better than Steph Curry all time.
Right.
So for some people, it's like, yo, don't tell me Reggie Miller's better than Ray Allen. I'm sorry.
You don't want to hear Clyde Drexler is better than Ray Allen either?
He's in the convo.
That's a
Clyde
convo.
was tough.
That's a conversation.
He's in the convo. The other thing
I'm starting to think you said number 4. The people in the comments are mad right now, OG. But I'm trying to think if that.
Well, hold on, Flea. But I'm not mad if somebody would say Clyde over Ray Allen, because like I said, Clyde was tough, and he's another player that gets swept under the rug, and people act like he don't exist. But what Ray Allen did for his whole career, I'm gonna be honest, Clyde ain't do that.
I wouldn't say that.
All right.
If we're comparing careers, your man led them to 2 different Western Conference Finals championship. Maybe 3 different Western Conference Finals, and I was horrible with Clyde Drexler my whole life until like 10 years ago.
The end of Clyde career and the end of Ray Allen career is totally different. What Ray Allen
is
did,
it?
OG. Okay. That move
to Houston?
that Houston made,
it was crazy.
That was necessary. Houston was a 6 seed that year. They were on the road. They did what Dallas just did this past season.
Hold on,
Houston.
We always got to shout out. Miss Darlene is in the building.
Darlene is here.
Bryant.
Darlene
How
is
you
here.
doing? That's right.
Darlene is here.
Sorry, fellas. We love the ladies. Big shout out, Darlene.
I love
in the
how you
building.
did that just now.
You
I
may
love
have
that.
to zoom in like that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
stop everything.
I love
That's
that.
right. Don't be hating.
Get a room. Get a room.
Let's get the show started, man. Come on,
yeah.
man.
I didn't want. I know we just spent 15 minutes on Ray
Too
Allen.
late.
I
love that.
Yeah,
I love
just
this.
saw some of that. I wanted to say it to y'all while we were here. So get us started, Ray. What we got?
Well, let's start off with Shannon Sharpe is a liar. Everybody's claiming that you can't press 4 buttons. You can't go live by accident and press all these buttons without doing it on purpose. And he said it's all up to sell merch or whatever it is. I seen Jason Whitlock going crazy. I'm not playing y'all stuff on here. I might chop it up and do that later. But Cam was kind of hating, you know.
Can I ask a question before you finish?
Yeah.
Greatest moderator of all time, my brother.
The
So
GOAT.
y'all telling me you can't throw your phone on the bed and then it automatically goes by mistake to IG Live? That can't happen?
So that's the first
Hold on,
question. Is it accidental? Right.
So hold on, slow down. So Flea, you telling me you've never done this. You throw your phone on the bed and then it unlocks itself. Then it goes to Instagram. Then it goes to Instagram Live. You can't do that by throwing it. That can't accidentally happen?
I tried a few times the other night because I was gonna record myself. Never mind. But like I was, you know what I'm saying?
Freaky Flea needs his own Patreon episode,
Nah,
man. This guy
I tried to go
lunatic.
IG Live by mistake is legendary. We need that on a t-shirt. I tried to go IG Live by mistake.
No, OG, in all seriousness though, you know, I know, Fabian knows. That can't happen. That can't happen. I cannot have my phone not on. So you telling me the Instagram app wasn't open. He's a celebrity, so I'm sure he has a lock on his phone. You're okay. Y'all gonna justify the behavior. I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna let y'all cook. Because ain't no way.
If the phone is in your pocket, if the phone is in your pocket and it's facing and the screen is facing your skin on your leg, anything can happen.
Once again, I'm gonna ask my brothers and
y'all bugging for any man who goes against Shannon Sharpe's statement, by the way, needs to be brought to the podium.
No, I'm
you need your man called taking a Flea. Be very tread lightly.
Listen,
tread lightly. I know you single.
yeah. Listen, everybody in the chat, I'm asking y'all. Can you throw your phone on the bed? It unlocks. Then it goes to Instagram. Then it goes to Instagram Live. I think that's possible. I really do. I'm telling you. Listen, we got new technology. Look, you throw the phone on the bed. Go to Instagram Live. You never know.
So maybe I got to get a gauge on this. Like, what are they up in arms about? Like, this is supposed to be him selling out. Like, he went and did this and he didn't have to do it. Like, he's good already. He's looking for a reason to get go viral. Like, people are up in arms about it. Like, this is, I get the whole he's sitting down with his stylist, his Quasi. So because of he sold out to the to Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? They're saying he's Hollywood now and he's going bananas. That's what they're basically saying. And to me, it's just like, for my opinion, straight up, I just think it's almost ordained. Like, he was meant to be in this spot. Because who else? I don't see anybody else with 3 different shows. He said he got $200 million on the table right now. All I ever heard about when Joe Rogan got his deal, Call her daddy, whatever her name is, the Kelsey brothers, they got $100 million each. And everybody's up in arms because they're all white. Shannon is the only one telling you about to get 2.
Hold on. Bodega Mayor said, IG asked you, do you want to go live?
Yo, hold on real fast. Yo, yes, Rich Robinson, we do respond to the chat. And RP, shut the hell up, because we show you love all the time. Don't say sometimes. We respond to the chat. Give us a chance.
RP is crazy.
RP is insane. He gonna say sometimes when we show him love every day. The nerve of him. So you going live by accident, OG? That's what you're doing?
Yes.
I plead the 5th.
Yo, let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all ever go live and I hear anything in the background that sounds remotely close to what was going on the other day. Nah.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. You gotta have the what he said. That's my Michelle t-shirts.
They ready. Yeah. You ain't see them? Pull them up, baby.
Wow. 69 on them.
Yeah, that's the gas we use. 69.
Yo, listen, man. Everybody's on there saying that's corny. I'm like, if anyone, what did Kim? So you didn't let me mention the Kim Kardashian flea, and it's the same move, and other people said it. Who cares? We're not talking about. And to your point, Flea, it's saying Kim Kardashian. She ain't entertaining me. Unc is entertaining everybody right now. He got talent. This guy's smoking this whole era. The era is his. The YouTube platform is his. Nobody's on this guy's level. Stephen A. Smith.
And I'm gonna be honest. You know, this is no knock to all the platforms, right? Of course, I think we're the best. He getting a lot of hate. Listen, man, them numbers and I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why he did this. To be honest, it was purposely done. Why? I don't know. Because he's literally doing numbers. Like the Marlon Wayans so far has been out for a week and is almost at 7 million. That's 1 million a day. So his content is doing millions. So for me, you know, Flea, I'm being honest. A lot of the people that's commenting on it, like Lou Duval, that's my dude. I love his platform, his page. He's straight comedian with it. Right. Everybody else, being honest, bro, it's a little hate. Niggas ain't doing Shannon Sharpe numbers, bro. I don't care how big nobody's platform is. Nobody's doing his numbers.
I didn't want to go here, and I think people, you know, they mentioned it. I see it in the not our comments, but I seen it in the comments on certain posts and things like that. But last night, that roast, what happened on Nightcap, did have me thinking, Vinny Blanco. This is where I'm going, Vinny. Just give me a second. Let me cook real fast.
Oh, ball, turn your camera off.
Nah, man. To have all of those brothers up there last night to stroke your ego, I don't know if that was necessary. And I understand why people feel like, look what I said. I understand why people feel like. I don't feel this way, but I do understand it. Yes, you got to lean into it. Cool, we're going to have fun. That's the best way to get over this, especially in the era we in. But to have all them cats up there last night to champion you for doing something niggas do every day, it didn't land right on me, like, especially when Cam Newton came up there. I was just like, okay, Cam, all right, it's enough. There's too many niggas up here now. Now, like, I'm sorry, y'all. It's just too many niggas up here now. Like, come on. What are we doing? I'm sorry I had to go here, but like, come on, y'all.
See, I ain't see all that. See, see now.
OG, it was wild.
I'm gonna rewatch the live probably tomorrow, but yeah, I got some thoughts on that. We'll talk behind the scenes.
But I think
I don't need a nigga to stroke my ego. My brothers, I don't need y'all to be like, yo, Flea, yo.
But it all started.
I know what I do.
It all started with the Quasimo rumors from last year. Then the beginning of this year, he still went viral, and because he went viral, then he wore the thing in front of his car, whatever, the green jumpsuit, whatever it is. To me, yeah, but to me, I remember when Wendy Williams had a list of dudes she was naming that was on that that lifestyle, claiming that, and she used to go viral off that on the radio. That's why Puff got her fired and everything, right? I think it's like, you know, unfortunate, but it seems like it's par for the course now. Every time you blow up like that, they claim that you're either, you know, you lost your heterosexual, and you gave, you know, we see all the rumors with, you know, Epstein and Puff and all that. There's validity to it, but not for Shannon Sharpe though. I don't even care at this point. Like, I think the other side to it is they're trying to say he had to do all that to become whatever, to become this big star, and that's the part where I don't get, and I never understood. He's an organic star. He used every single platform to level up. like Cardi B when she was on, she went from Instagram to World Hip. What was it? The Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
And then she
So
immediately said, "Oh,
superstar.
I'm done with this." Yeah, and she was super out of here. She never went back on that show. Why? But why would you? Why would, you know what I'm saying? The fact that Shannon comes to YouTube, which is kind of like the organic, you know, get it in the mud style thing, and he's taking over. He's not going backwards though. Remember where he comes from. He knows the opportunity was taken away from him initially on CBS. I just can't see him. He has to sell out to do all that. Like, I'm not saying that other people haven't done that, but we know for sure that he's a star. We know for sure. I've seen him next to Dion and everybody, Michael Irvin, and it's the best football show ever in my life that I've seen. He's a part of that, and he currently has everything on Smash. So I just don't. All that turns into hate after a while, man.
Well, for me, big shout out Fish in the building. But for me, like I said, I told you, man, I look at social media as purely, strictly what I tell you, my brothers, entertainment. So, you know, I don't care what side nobody's on. It's pure entertainment. And like I always say, if you find a loophole and you can take advantage, just imagine how many t-shirts he sold last night and watch how many he sell with the "This is my Michelle." So for me, you know, I just look at that as entertainment. I don't know if it was real or fake. I don't even care. It was something to laugh at. But I don't know. I don't know if it was a joke. I don't know if it was real. I don't know. Remember,
right.
we like, I'm gonna be honest. If you throw your phone on the bed, we ain't see your foot. We ain't seen nothing.
We ain't see a bottle of that Shea Melee, whatever he be selling.
You know what I mean? We ain't see a tight pair of sweatpants hanging off the bed. We ain't seen nothing. So I don't know.
So I got a question now. Is this sustainable? And if y'all think it's sustainable, how long can he sustain this?
Is what sustainable?
His run. This
run that he's on right now. Is this sustainable? Because there's people that have plenty of fire. You know what I said. I say it about Brunson, right? Brunson's on a great run right now. Can he do it this year and really solidify that he's one of them guys? I'm just asking, okay, Shannon's on fire right now. We love him. This is not hate. We all love him. Is this sustainable? And if so, what does it look like 3 or 4 or 5 years from now? What does that look like? What is he doing?
I think it's so sustainable because he hasn't even really done football yet. He goes on ESPN and does that, but it's not a football show. We watch Inside. Where's the Inside the NBA for football? How is he not going to be on that if you have one? He hasn't even shown you that part really yet, where he's a loose, like him and doing a night. I mean, he does it kind of with Ocho, kind of a nightcap version of watching football and everything, but that needs to be. So we haven't even seen that side of him yet, which is really what we know him for. So he got a 3 year, at least 3 years, at least.
You ready for my answer? You know, I always jump out the window.
Mm-hmm.
If this can be done rightfully, he can have one of the greatest. He can be better than Arsenio Hall, bro. I'm gonna say it again. If he gets a producer
for this time, I understand,
that can produce a talk show, right? Just imagine watching let's say, you know, whatever time Jimmy Fallon and all them guys come on, and whatever we call the show, and it's on TV.
And you know Stephen A wants to do that, right? That's what he's shooting for. Like that late night spot, right? He wants to take all them niggas out.
And his co-host is Ocho Cinco sitting on the couch next to him, and they're bringing out guests. Just think about how many guests can bring out.
That was the thing to the other day, Flea. Yeah, he got Cam Newton, Kai Cenat, Snoop. Who's the other guy?
Bro, he has everybody. Listen to what I'm saying. Just imagine what he's doing, but it's on a bigger stage, where it's on late night TV, where the big dogs is putting those billions of dollars behind it. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I know it sounds far-fetched, but remember when Arsenio was around, there was no social media. We talking about now a social media presence. We have to give it up. Unc is the guy. Unc is the guy. He's funny. He's entertaining. He's literally a Hall of Famer and one of the greatest tight ends of all time. He's definitely top 10. He ain't got to be top 5. He has championship
Top
rings.
5. Easy.
Right. He's informal. He knows the game. Bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, listen, but that's only if he wants to be at that level. Because, at that level, you got to play a different ball game.
Yeah.
Some people don't, some people's comfortable where they at. But if he wants to just go berserk, I think he could be there where Arsenio was, where you getting all the great entertainers and athletes that they don't want to go nowhere else but to your platform. Cat Williams told him, brother, I came here because I watched you and I like how you treat the people.
Mm-hmm. That was a calculated move by Cat. He wanted to help elevate Shannon, which I think is dope.
But he also knew it was gonna go viral because he saw all the top comedians. He shot at all of them. But I like AllBall, and then I'll pass it back to you, Flea. I gotta say this before anything else. I like the way he's responding to the controversy now, even though it's more favorable. He's supposed to be, it's people rocking with him because of the rumors. He looked just mad defensive, and even this was kind of defensive to your point, Flea, because it's like you didn't have to overdo it like that. We get it; it's a roast because it's a roast. That's funny.
That's what a roast is. I get that. Yeah,
but I didn't like. Hey, so he asked everybody the same question. You got to watch this AllBall because that's the part where Flea's right.
Go ahead.
Yo, so I forgot how he said it. Would you something about the gay rumor? Like, would you have done an IG live like that if you had a rumor like that on you? Would you risk $200 million?
Everybody that question.
Wow.
That's what made it. That's what made what Flea saying. That's what gave it credence. Like, I would have never asked that. They're roasting you. Let them bring whatever up. I would have never even like. Yo, if either you are or you aren't, bro. You 56 years old.
And to be honest with you, it don't matter, right? It don't even matter if you are or you aren't. I don't give a fuck, right? Like where we
you out of here already.
Like, I don't care. He comes out tomorrow, and literally comes out. That bothers me none. We can laugh about it. Obviously, we can have our fun with it. But am I gonna look at Shannon Sharpe different because he may happen to be? So what? That don't have nothing to do with me.
I think a lot of people are worried about it landing in different ways because he is super macho. Yeah. He looks like that. But for a lot of people, it's like it wouldn't surprise them at this point. Like if he was right now, it wouldn't matter. But a year ago, maybe it would have. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean that's the shallowness of society and how.
Nah, that's business, Flea. A lot of people remember you like AllBall just said, you lined up with whoever it is already behind the scenes. There's a reason why you don't come out.
We going somewhere different. We may need to. I know you may need to bring us back. I know OG's about to tell us bring it back, but they run the world, bro. You know who they run the world.
Next topic.
They run the world.
I plead the fifth.
They run the world.
Next topic.
Who, the Dominicans?
No,
the Dominicans mine. The Dominicans mine.
Hold on. Let me say this before we get to the next topic.
Is Bobby Light Dominican? I'm sorry. Never mind.
Who? See,
never
mind. I don't think people thought Shannon Sharpe could sustain this far, Flea. Like the success that he's having, a lot of people ain't see this. And then look how many platforms is out now with so many entertainers and athletes. And he's still outshining all of them. Bro, right now, like what was the movie The Last Dragon? He got the glow, bro.
That glow.
He got that glow.
That glow.
Bruce Leroy Sharpe, baby.
Leroy.
I mean, listen, man. Shout out to Paul Pierce, man. He crawled so Shannon could walk, man.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Run.
Shannon could run. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. No, yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah.
Nah, man. Big shout out to the truth, man. Yeah, big shout out to the truth, man.
You heard last year when KG told him, yo, shut the fuck up, man. Like between each other, shut up already. You go too far.
Oh,
Paul Pierce, man, you ain't Shannon. It ain't no hate, Paul. You just ain't no Shannon Sharpe, and it's okay. None of us are. Jason Whitlock is a chump.
Paul Keyshawn and Joy Taylor got a show right now. Have y'all watched it at all?
And Joy Taylor?
Joy Taylor is the moderator, I believe. And it's
with Paul Pierce and who?
On what? ESPN?
And Keyshawn Johnson. It's the last show of the day on Fox Sports. It's called Speak.
On Fox.
Yeah, I was asking if y'all seen it at all.
Joy Taylor has
Big shout out,
regressed.
big shout out, Joy Taylor though.
Big shout out to her. I
Lord
love
have
her.
mercy.
Yeah, she could walk by anytime, but
Any day.
I don't like all that extra. I want to talk about the tour topic, but we ain't gonna get to that. Listen, man, Joy Taylor regressed. She's really good. She knows her stuff. Her brother was Taylor that was on the Dolphins, speaking the tour.
Yeah.
Jason Taylor, he was amazing. He was another legend.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. I don't watch the show, Flea.
Okay, we were talking about Paul Pierce. I thought about what he's doing right now. I just wanted to see if y'all happen to catch that new show.
Paul Pierce and Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they. It was essentially that's who was up there with Skip for the last month. It was them two.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who's on a great trajectory as of right now. This guy right here, Kendrick Perkins. He's part of the new, Knicks Mafia, Knicks bandwagon mafia. And
we allowed him in. We did. Only because Tracy Morgan said he good.
Right.
But let me remind y'all, I don't care who co-signs Rashard McCants. We're not letting him in, fellas. We're not letting him in. I don't care who don't let him in. I don't want to hear it.
When Rashard comes by, I'm shutting your mic off, bro. You ain't talking to the new Knicks brass like that. Get out.
Yo.
So this is Kendrick Perkins. He wants to know who is the best player to never win an NBA MVP award. Oh.
Jordan. Some of the greatest playoff runs in the history of the game. Then broke up Happy Holmes. He then made one of the greatest players of all time tap out. And I'm talking about LeBron James, especially when Kawhi was in San Antonio. What he did, that finals run when he was in Toronto, helping them deliver their first championship in franchise history, Kawhi Leonard is the guy that I'm rolling with. I'm going Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, Jordan.
You heard it there first. Big perk. Big perk. I can go to a list real quick, but I think that, NBA players who have never won an MVP and were the greatest. Who comes to mind first, y'all?
Flea. You want to go? You want me to go?
No, go ahead. So I was going to name a couple of guys that came to mind answering his question, but what you got?
So if you notice, Perk was slick. He brought up playoff run.
Mm-hmm.
MVP has nothing to do. Regular season MVP has nothing to do with the playoffs. So let's start there. Kawhi Leonard isn't healthy enough in the regular season to be an MVP. But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna give you 4 names that I think are greater than Kawhi Leonard as far as MVP that never got it. First, I'm going Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
Then I'm going Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
Then I'm going Detroit Pistons Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
And this one is going to throw y'all off. Carmelo Anthony.
Okay.
Because hold on, Fiend. Because MVPs are regular season accolades. It's not playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I think those players I just named, for me, my opinion, and y'all know me, I could be wrong, doesn't matter. I think they are some of the greatest. Kawhi Leonard can be in that talk, but I don't think he's the greatest player to never win the MVP. For me, the number one, I would probably go Dwayne Wade.
I would wholeheartedly agree with you on that one, with D Wade.
That's unanimous.
Being the guy for me to not win the greatest player not to win an MVP. It'll probably be Wade. That 2009 season for him was incredible, right? But
even the playoff series against Boston, did he hit a game winner?
Yes. What year?
That was 09. That was the year before LeBron went there. It was definitely that season. Yeah.
Right. And so I just think that year was probably the year, and I think he was probably number 2 in MVP voting that year, right behind LeBron. I think that's LeBron's first MVP.
2009?
Yeah. That LeBron's first MVP was in 09. He won it back to back. But yeah, I would have to roll with Dwayne Wade. The other guys that you mentioned, and nothing against you, OG, but I would just ask, what years, right? Because for me, I go back like, okay, if you're saying Zeke's a good one, but what year could it have possibly been? What season could it have possibly? Would it have to be a championship year, right? Like you would have to tie it to a championship year. So it would have to be either 90 or 91 or 89 or 90.
Right.
Then I think about Pip. Pip is number 2 in MVP voting or number 3 in 94 when Mike retires. Dream wins it that year. I'm not rolling. I can't give Scottie Pippen an MVP.
Yeah, me.
I can't. Okay. For me, I can't do that.
Can I ask y'all a question? Just briefly. Who had a more effect on the game, Scottie Pippen or Steve Nash?
Oh, that's Steve Nash, bro.
Nash.
Nash had more effect on the game than Scottie Pippen?
So, cool. All right. Please, but when you ask that, you mean like when they're playing ball? Because like when I hear that, I'm hearing before Steph Curry, Steve Nash turned it into this thing because of the rule changes. He's the guy who ushered in this whole era. If we're being real, they made him the logo of that.
Scottie Pippen is probably the start of the point forward. So let's not act like I'm not advocating for Scottie Pippen because I'm a Scottie Pippen fan. I'm just asking this question because when Steve Nash won those MVPs, a lot of people don't agree with him winning those MVPs. That's all I'm saying. So
that's right, but when I hear affects the game, I'm hearing influence. And I don't know if anybody influenced the game more than Steve Nash did, especially like AI, Steve Nash, and then you got Steph Curry. That's the evolution of it to me. And Pippen, don't get me wrong, that needs to be talked about more, what you're saying. That point forward that guarded up, he is the 3-and-D point forward. He's the prototypical player for today. So hell yeah, you're right. But the commercialization of it, what they really want, I think changing the point guard more like a Steve Nash, he has that, especially with the MVPs. He should be on this list, actually, of a player that never won an MVP. That was great.
To be honest, I mean, it's debatable. People, I think that's just revisionist history. At the end of the day, if you go back and
in real time, we were saying that.
I don't know about that. In real time, people were amazed at what he was leading, him, D'Antoni, what they was doing over there. Like for multiple seasons, they were changing. Like we talk about it now because social media is heavy and we could pump it out 24/7 and all of that. On how Steph Curry and Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors changed basketball. That shit was happening. The styles, changes were happening during that run in Phoenix. That getting up more shots, that spreading the floor, that having a lot of shooters on the floor, playing Amari at the 5, like all of that shit was revolutionary during the time that they was doing it. And I mean,
so back to Pippen, did the game really, did he crack it and break it open? Were the rules there for him to do that? Which is back to your question, AllBall. That's what happened with Steve Nash. Regardless of the MVP talk, he cracked open this whole new era. He was the face of that. So when you ask who was more impactful on the game, I don't know if we're talking about the culture, the play style, or you talking about, would you rather have Steve Nash on the court or Scottie Pippen? I don't know how you, maybe you asking it the latter.
No. I'm just trying to make a case for, guys that, when Kendrick Perkins say Kawhi Leonard, in his opinion, is the greatest player to never win an MVP. I'm just trying to make a case for guys that I think, had a better case than Kawhi Leonard, because for one, it's a regular season award. For two, Kawhi Leonard never plays enough games in the regular season to get that award. So, Kendrick Perkins do win his runs in the playoffs. I'm saying if we're going to make a case that Scottie Pippen shouldn't even be in this conversation, which I'm fine with, I'm just asking, okay, because it's a lot of people we know won MVPs that shouldn't have won it, but the person that comes at the top of that list is Steve Nash. People always say how Shaq got robbed and this and that. So I'm just saying, because if Steve Nash got one, Jason Kidd should have an MVP.
I want to finish his list, but
Sorry,
Kidd's on my list.
Yeah, that's.
But if we're going top, we got to come up with a top 3. Is that what we're doing? Because the list is is long.
There's a lot of guys. Like somebody mentioned him in the comments. I thought that's a good man. Dominique Wilkins. Like that's another guy that I think I mentioned to you, Fabian, in year 4, Nick was 30 a night. 30 in year 4, right? Led the league in scoring, first team All NBA as a 4th-year player.
How was the record? Did they make the playoffs? And
yeah, he went at it with
that's
Larry Bird.
Yeah, that's 2 years later. That game 7, that run against him and Bird and stuff like that. But in '86, Nick was different. Nick was different. I wanted to ask you this, Fabian, if you could. 15, 16, 17. 15, Curry wins. 16, he wins unanimous. And then 17 is who? Harden or Westbrook? Because of the triple-double. Okay. We talking about Curry and Westbrook averaging a triple-double. Go back to the year Kawhi averaged 25 a game. If you could just look that up in the midst of while we talk. The year he averaged 25 a game, I think they won 67 games or something like that. It was a 60-win team. That may have been a year that, he could have snuck in. And I wonder what kind of MVP votes, what kind of first place votes he got that year.
Was
he
Tim
won
Duncan,
Defensive Player of the Year.
Was Tim Duncan still there that year?
It was either that year or the year that Aldridge was there. But I know back-to-back seasons, they won 60-plus games. Like,
okay. So I ain't gonna lie, Flea, that's a great case. But like I said, yeah.
So how many games season?
Did he play that season?
What season? So that year, so 3rd in MVP voting the year he won. He averaged 25. Go over some
on San Antonio. So this is this one.
So that 25, he was 3rd. The year before that, he was 2nd.
Listen,
you see what I'm saying? Like in first place votes, and that's 16 and 17.
Okay.
Hit SAS. Click that year and see how many games San Antonio won that year.
Oh yeah. Got you.
Yeah.
61.
61. Dang. You know what I'm saying? It was in the conference finals. That's this Zaza Pachulia shit.
See, but the year before to win 67 games, that was the year that that Durant went to the Warriors.
Yes. No. That's the last year in Golden State. I mean, that's the last year OKC. That's the year they gave up that 3-1 lead.
So he wasn't there. No, because he was there. I thought when he won 67 games, that's when he hurt his foot, or was that he hurt his foot his last year with the Spurs, or the year before when he won 67?
18. So it had to be 18 because he was in Toronto 18-19.
Right. No, 2017.
This is his last year. This should be his last year.
Nah, I don't think
he's on that roster.
Nah, he's not on his roster. No way.
Yes, he is. It's right there.
You see him?
Yeah, he's right there. He didn't play much. That's what I'm saying. He didn't play. That's the year he said, I'm good. And that's when that Tony Parker told him my injury was way worse than his.
That was that year.
Yeah, because they lost in the conference finals, semifinals to Oklahoma City.
Right.
Thunder.
And then OKC went on to the Western Conference Finals, and they lose to Golden State.
So back-to-back 60-win year. Yeah, so that's
you
tough.
See what I'm saying? So at one of them years,
67 wins and 61 wins. One of them years, I mean, he finished second in the MVP vote.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah.
He got a case. He got a case.
And
I like what Fish is saying. Jerry West for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to mention Jerry. Jerry with the logo. Sure. I think the logo has, come on now, like 8 straight championships. Got the only dude with the finals MVP that lost in the finals. But I got D-Wade number 1. Clyde Drexler got to be thrown in there. We mentioned him before. He never won an MVP. He finished second to Mike in 92, if I'm not mistaken. We mentioned Melo. Melo I think got to give him a honorary mention. But there's a lot of guys, man. I think Jason, for me, D-Wade is unanimous number 1. Those 10, 12 years in Miami by himself, or not by himself, but he led the way. Then LeBron got there. I'm not putting nobody above D-Wade and Kawhi, and that's tough because Kawhi at his peak to me is like I don't think you get really any better, but D-Wade was just a monster, bro. D-Wade was he might have been my favorite player back then. He was
because I love BK so much, I want to entertain this for 2 minutes and we can move on. I love BK. We found the year, right? It's easy. Let's pull up BK's career. When could BK have won an MVP? When was the team good enough? Because that matters too. When was the team good enough? When did he ever play on a team good enough?
Well,
we love
think,
BK, but the Knicks were garbage when BK was our best player.
But it's not about. But that's tough, Lee, because it's not about should he have won. It's who's the best player who didn't win, and is Bernard King in that conversation?
You got me together real fast. I understand what you're saying. No, you got me together. You got me together real quick. I understand exactly what you're saying.
It's the thing with Bernard King is he got hurt once he got the injuries. He still stayed a year with the Knicks. I had to look that up last year. I thought they let him go. They gave him a try for I think a season. Then he went to the Nets for 4 more years. We didn't know. They didn't know back then he was going to come back. Bernard King
he went to Washington and averaged 28.
Right
after the ACL.
And crazy. Remember, we just saw this the other day, AllBall. Patrick Ewing and the Knicks didn't win nothing but 23 games, 27, 28. They could have used Bernard King them second and third years. And Patrick Ewing with Bernard King would have been crazy.
But that's what the thought was. Right. That's what they were trying to do. Like, finish second in 84. Woof.
He was tough.
Who won it in 84? Bird, right? That's Bird.
84, 85, 86. Unless it was
that's Bird.
And I think when they compare Melo to Bernard King, it's like the thing about Bernard King for me, there's no, just like Jordan, not that he played like Jordan, but he gets the ball, there is no second thought. He's just going to his moves. And when he broke that down, I got 7 spots on the floor, and I'm getting to them. And there's nothing you could do about it.
Nothing you could do. Dominique was just on All the Smoke, and Dominique was telling the story about Bernard King. And so he was saying for 13 years they played against each other, never said 2 words to each other because, the guys have that mutual respect. He said the same thing about Larry Bird. He said for 13, I never said a word to Bird. He said finally, I don't know where they were, something post-career. He told Bernard King, he's like, "You the only guy I was ever fearful, afraid of on the basketball court." Bernard King said, "Yo, you was the only guy I was afraid of." Nice. So now I thought that was so dope, right? Yeah. Like that's so dope.
Yo, that sound like. Did y'all get to see this documentary on you remember with Tombstone? You remember the Western with Tombstone with Clint Eastwood and
yes. That's my Huck. I be your Huckleberry. That's not with Clint Eastwood. That's with Kirk Douglas and them dudes.
I thought Clint Eastwood was in Tombstone.
Nah, Clint Eastwood not in Tombstone. That's Kirk Douglas and the crew.
And who's the black dude that was in it?
And Val Kilmer. Nah, that ain't. You talking about the Good, the Bad, the Ugly, or something like that?
No. I'm talking about Tombstone because they did a documentary on Netflix. That is dope. Y'all better go watch that because they reenacted and everything. They talk about everything, all the historical facts and everything. What you just described, Lee, was Larry Bird and Bernard King in a Wild West. That's what I felt like right now. They're 2 gunners. Yo, just respect, no talking.
For Dominique to say to him, "Yeah, you was the only guy I was afraid of," and for BK to turn around and say, "Yo, you were the only guy I was afraid of," like that's respect.
I think we got unanimously. We have D Wade as the best player to never won an MVP award, right? He did in 2009, to get to that fact check real quickly. He finished 3rd in MVP voting, but interestingly enough, 7 first place votes. 7 first place votes. Mm-hmm. This is the points that won. I don't know what points. These are the maximum amount of points you can win. So LeBron had 109 votes. You see that there, but D Wade. And Dwight Howard had a crazy season too. He was on the run back then. You see Chris Paul up there. Chris Paul is another one.
Ooh, hold on. Dwight Howard is another one too.
RP. Yeah. RP is dead right now.
Yes.
What's dead that? Right.
Wow.
Dead right.
Yes.
Well, RP said.
And
is Dwight Howard in the car?
In 9, 10, and 11.
Yeah.
Listen.
RP, a Fleet. Yeah, that was listen.
He definitely had a case.
Dwight, like I said, if we come up with a top 10, that'd be so crazy because it's so many guys that Dwight Howard is in there. If we got to make that. If we going in with top 10, I don't care who y'all got first, second, third. Kawhi's definitely in there. Dwight is in there.
Not because he's a Knick. But where does Pat fall? in this conversation? Is he in the conversation at all? Like, Shaq won 1, David Robinson won 1, and Dream won 2. No, Dream won 1. Excuse me.
No, Dream got
1.
Dream got
94 he won. 95.
I'm thinking back
David
to
Robinson
back titles. Right. I think Pat would. It would be close. You know, we would really have to like go with the like break down the list. But I think Pat should get an honorary mention. Because what he did with the Knicks, man, season after season, offensively, defensively, been to 2 championships, so many semis and conference finals, just wars with the Bulls, the Pacers. So he definitely get an honorary mention. Like I said, that's something we would really have to break down. Like if we go with the top 10, it'll be tough.
Yo, you heard OG, baby. He said, get an honorary mention. He might not make the list. Yo, we do Pat so dirty.
No.
Well, real quick.
I mean, Fabian.
He finished from his 4th season in the league from 88-89 until 94-95. He finished 4th, 5th, 11th, 5th, 4th, 5th, 4th. He got a bunch of top 5 finishes. So
wow.
It's not like he wasn't mentioned. And even someone like, I think Dwight Howard probably got more.
But if we could pause, if we go to the top of our head before we go to the next topic, we all agree on Wade, Kawhi, Jerry West, Dwight Howard, Jason Kidd, Clyde Drexler, Dominique Wilkins.
I think we could put Nard in that list. BK can make that list.
Okay, Bernard. Y'all said Chris Paul.
Who said 8? Chris Paul?
Oh, was I take it away? That's 7.
Was I deaf when that was said?
I think CP3 before that knee injury.
And I ain't gonna front. CP came in the year Kobe won in 08. I think CP was number 2.
Yes.
And that's CP's 2nd or 3rd season in the league.
He was bananas.
Bro, think about it.
Shout out Bernardo. He sometimes chimes in from time to time.
Big shout out to Bernardo.
Yo, when I tell you Flea, AllBall, I memorized the day because I was living in the Bronx. It was 08. It had to be 07, 08. And him and Steve Nash were going at it. He couldn't stop Steve Nash, but he was going bananas. He looked it up. He was like, yo, you got that right. I said, bro, we watched basketball, bro. Don't get this twisted. We ain't no stands over here. Chris Paul was bananas. What he did to the Spurs was crazy.
So that series, right? Insane.
If we include Chris Paul, that's 8. You get what I'm saying?
Now, wait a minute now. But you can't put Chris Paul over Patrick Ewing.
No. I'm not putting nobody over nobody. I'm just giving names. So remember, we didn't name Pat yet. We didn't name Melo. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some throwbacks, of course. Jerry West, Elgin Baylor.
Definitely Elgin.
Elgin Baylor.
So if Elgin get in there, that's 9. We still ain't named Pat and Carmelo.
Did we mention Isaiah Thomas? Zeke?
Nope. I didn't mention Zeke.
I mean, we mentioned him earlier, but I don't think he was part of our list that we was putting together.
Right. So
I always say Moses Malone is the most underrated player of all time, and the second most might be like Hondo, John Havlicek from the Celtics. His run was insane though. Like the way they talk about him, and I know Dave Cowens was good in the 70s, but Hondo, you look at him and the way he played, he was tough. Tough. Yeah. Who else is on here? Hondo, Stockton. He had a couple of years that were tough.
Yeah. Well, hold on. What about my guy, Tiny Nate Archibald? Didn't he do something that hasn't been done yet?
20 and 10. He led the league in points and assists in the same year, right? And he was that flashy type of point guard. He was
he got a championship. I mean, so like I said, these are honorary. You get what I'm saying, Free? Like it's so many.
I'm rolling. I got you.
Who would we take out to put some of these guys? Like I said, we named 10, and we didn't name Tiny Nate Archibald, Melo,
Gary Payton, James Worthy.
So
Dame Lillard, guys. Kevin McHale.
No.
Yeah, I ain't going with Kevin McHale. Yeah.
And I ain't going Dame Lillard either.
Before we move on, Anthony Davis.
Is there ever a point that I thought Anthony Davis should have been an MVP? Or is Anthony Davis a great player that hasn't won an MVP? Let me get it right, because Fabian got me together real quick.
Them Pelicans, I ain't gonna lie though, man.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm
gonna say no.
I'm like half and half.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
I would have to see, you know, his numbers in the team records with the Pelicans, whatever was the best season. Of course, with the Lakers, you know, it's tough. It's tough. Great talent. Definitely has MVP talent. Something to think about though. Can't just dismiss it though. Definitely something to think about.
Yo, nah, you just cracked the code for me. Because the guys on this list for us, Jason Kidd, Gary Payton, Isaiah Thomas, D. Wade, Kawhi, when they were on the court, we never doubted their greatness. They were achieving greatness. Mm-hmm. Anthony Davis leaves a lot on the table for us. That's just how we feel. Patrick Ewing, that's probably why we went, you get an honorary mention. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like you left him on the table. Right.
Yeah.
You know, Bernard King, it feels like he left him on the table. So with AD, I think I got him in the Patrick Ewing, Dwight Howard list where it's like, maybe you could have done some more, bro. So, the other guy, come on, it's Jerry, the logo. AD, I ain't putting you in that. Yeah, I know, but I'm not putting AD in the same breath as the logo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but we can't dismiss his talent, how great he is defensively. You know, any given night, offensively, he can give you 30 plus. I'm not comparing him to the logo fleet, but I'm just saying I'm not going to dismiss his talent and his skill set at that size. Pause.
And I think that's fair. But I also think in the same breath, we can say that about him and also not put him in the class with MVP caliber guys, right? Like, I think we can do both.
Agreed.
I think we can do both. Yeah.
You said it better than I could, Flea. Now we got to get some teams in two different categories because they're going crazy. The NBA championship bubble, according to Hoops Empire on Instagram, they got a lot of teams here outside looking in. Then you got teams on the fence, but they have the 6 contenders as, well, maybe 7. They have the Boston Celtics, the Knicks, the 76ers, Oklahoma City Thunder, Timberwolves, Nuggets, and the Dallas Mavericks. Is there anybody on this contenders list that belongs back on the fence or vice versa? I'll leave it up there for you guys to see. Did I lose you guys already? What happened?
I'm right here, brother.
All right. So is there anyone on this list that belongs, that are on the fence and maybe belong in the contenders list? Or should we add another level? Hold on. Shout out to Dom. I seen him in the comments earlier, and you, Flea, because every time I bring up, you know, title contention and, you know, contenders, I always say contenders for the championship, and Dom always flips on me like, you don't know how hard it is to win a championship.
Dom reminds you quickly. You don't know how hard it is to win a championship.
But because we saw that graphic the other day where it says, forget contenders, this is title contention. So I think for me personally, if we add the script of, or the level of title contention versus a contender or a opposition or whatever, maybe that's what they need here. But is there anybody on the contenders list that you see that belongs on the fence or vice versa?
For me, Denver belongs on the fence. Minnesota belongs on the fence. And I'm always gonna take a page out of my brother Flea's book. What did they do to upgrade? They didn't make no moves to get better. Boston, of course, you know, the champs, got to give them their props. Knicks upgraded. Philadelphia upgraded. OKC upgraded. Dallas upgraded. I don't see why Minnesota and Denver is in that mix. My opinion, Minnesota could be, you know, on the line, on the fence. I think Denver is out the bubble. They're not even on the fence. I don't even know how they got in the bubble.
So, OG, let me ask you something. If Ja Morant's not a knucklehead last season, does Memphis belong in the contenders area, or they're right where they need to be? On the fence. Because for me right now, I kind of feel like
they're not even on the fence for me. They would still be on the outside.
Okay.
He's not.
I expect that team to be really good, really good.
Too.
This coming year.
I got the Memphis Grizzlies on the fence, and them Timberwolves,
So
them Mavericks,
hold on.
The Heat should not be on the fence. Let's get that out the way. They should not be. They should be outside looking in. Matter of fact, I don't even feel like they should even be on this graphic. But
I feel that way about the Lakers.
They shouldn't even be on the graphic.
Pacers
Get them out of here, man.
Pacers neither.
Yeah, no defense.
Pacers,
no
but
defense.
Hold on. Let's get back to Memphis. Because, you know, I see that roster. I don't think it's a good roster. So I'm asking y'all to. Are y'all putting that much stock into Ja Morant?
No, not just Ja Morant. I got to answer this, Flea. I got to go first.
Go ahead. Cook.
We talk about Gigi Jackson. He's out for 3 months. Marcus Smart is coming back. Brandon Clark is coming back healthy. What the Memphis Grizzlies did in the offseason was draft 2 of their holes, their flaws. You got Zach Edey, and what's the kid from UNC?
I can't call his name right now, but I know who you're talking about.
Two big men that they average a double-double in the NCAA. They filled in for that. You got Brandon Clark, Triple J, who I'm not a big fan of, but he is a monster on defense. Ja Morant, of course, goes without saying. The kid Bane.
Even Desmond Bane got hurt last season. He got hurt.
But the kid that's gonna surprise everybody, and nobody's talking about him. I haven't seen nothing, Flea. I heard Gigi Jackson ad nauseum. That kid, Vince Williams from VCU,
he could play.
No, he's tough. He's 6'4" with a 7-foot wingspan.
He can play.
He's guarding everybody. He's guarding Luka, KD, everybody. 1 through 3, 1 through 4. That team to me, remember, they still got Luke Kennard. What's the coach's name again? I forgot his name.
Taylor Jenkins.
Taylor Jenkins got a job on his hands, similar to Tom Thibodeau. You have no excuses to get that lineup in there, and you got to get Ja Morant to buy in.
The last time we saw Ja Morant fully healthy, ready to rock and roll, they were a 2 seed.
Yes.
In a full season, they were a 2 seed.
But that's a 2 seed. That's why they're always going to be on the fence to me, because Ja Morant has to take that leap in the playoffs. But that team is dangerous. To me, they're the most dangerous team out west by far.
How long ago was they the 2 seed? That was about 3 years ago.
This was 2 seasons ago.
It got to be 3.
Okay,
right? Ja was out last year, and the year before he got suspended.
So let's say 3 years ago, right? Can we all agree 3 years ago up until now, the East is totally different from back then.
The West.
I mean, I'm sorry, the West.
Yeah.
I'm asking y'all, if everybody in the West is fully healthy, where do y'all have Memphis ranked?
Right there on the fence.
No, forget the fence. I'm saying in the West, all West teams are fully healthy. Where do y'all rank Memphis? Because I don't see what y'all see. I'm not saying they're not a good team.
I think
the
they
West
have everything.
Got so much tough. Okay.
Yeah, but I think they have everything. I think they have shooting, rebounding, one of the best point guards in the league. Like,
are they better than the Clippers fully healthy?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they have a better team. I don't know. Like, Kawhi Leonard is great. James Harden is still a good player, but Memphis's team, I think, is better than the Clippers.
I think we've been overrating the Pelicans because we keep saying the Pelicans healthy. They got a problem with Brandon Ingram. And 1 through 9, I don't think they serve a chance with Memphis. And they got a chip on their shoulder, and they don't have Dylan Clark.
Fully healthy Memphis is not better than the Pelicans. Stop it.
They totally are. They can go. They got a guy that can bring it to you every night with Ja Morant. And I'm telling you, when Gigi Jackson comes back in January, that defense they have with Marcus Smart, Vince Williams, Triple J.
Pelicans just got DeJounte Murray. What are you talking about?
That's okay.
So, that don't move me.
You don't got to be high on them, but you're not telling me the Memphis Grizzlies, if I'm saying everybody is fully healthy, they have a better team and roster than the New Orleans Pelicans?
No way.
Memphis Grizzlies, call it what you want. Memphis Grizzlies got 2 of the last 3 defensive players of the year on their starting lineup, in their starting 5.
Which the last one we all don't agree with.
That's
not
fine,
high on
but
him.
the facts are the facts.
But
I'm just talking about what it is.
Triple J, Flea, who's you know what I'm saying? He was not left off, but last year it was tough for him to make that list, but he could easily make all NBA first defense every year.
Every year if he wanted to. They just they lost Steven Adams, but just replaced him with Zach Edey.
Oh, Baycott. How you say his name? Armando Baycott?
Oh, Armando Baycott.
Okay, that's who it just came to me. Armando Bacot double from UNC.
I don't know if he play. That's what we. It's gonna be
Not
tough.
big
For him
on
to
him.
make, it's gonna be tough for him to make that team.
But they
That
don't.
roster, I'll be honest.
No. Zach Edey, he has to show me a lot more, obviously, but he has to replace Steven Adams with the picks, get to the basket, offensive rebounds. That's what he has to do. I'm just the more I watch them from last year and them kids, GG Jackson coming off the bench or he's starting, he's 6'9", 6'10", and the other, they got a lot of length to them now, man. To me, they're more put together than the Pelicans. I think the Pelicans are more scrambled. And Zion, we haven't seen. I mean, he's lost a lot of weight. We've yet to see the Zion run. John Morant was in the MVP conversation. He led that team through swag. Zion led them to the buffet table, brother.
You got Phoenix, you got Clippers, you got Lakers, you got OKC, you got Minnesota, you got Sacramento, you got the Pelicans. I'm not going to argue that they are better or not better than the Memphis Grizzlies. All I'm saying is the West has gotten tougher. Denver still has Murray and the Joker. I'm just saying, to me, Memphis missed their train. That window, I think, is closed.
It's closed with all those young guys over there?
Yeah, I think so, Flea. I think so. If y'all going to tell me John Morant going to average 35 and have an MVP season and do what our guy Brunson did as far as put them guys on his back and take them to the motherland, then so be it. But if he's not going to have one of those seasons, I do not see what y'all see. I just don't.
They well coached. They defend. They rebound, and they have shooting. I think they're gonna be just fine.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on them because I'm gonna do a video on them. I think the Grizzlies just that GG Jackson kid, and I seen his story where he was like he missed the draft combine and he was kind of lazy with his. He didn't take it seriously. He was vaping at the combine. He didn't want to do the workout. But
he got suspended early in the year for conduct detrimental to the team as a rookie. Like
so he had
to get his head on straight, but he's a hell of a player.
He seemed a little.
I think I was screaming at you about GG all summer long. Like, I absolutely love that kid.
So they're gonna miss him for 3 months, but he's gonna have to be him and Bane are gonna have to. So they need that second option, like AllBall saying though, to open things up with John Morant. But anybody else on this? Obviously, we went crazy with Memphis. But is there anybody else that we see?
I think Phoenix is going to be a different team. I think that everybody forgets that Budenholzer is the head coach now. I think that went under the radar. Bud is the head coach now. They went and got my guy. Now they got a legit point guard. The point guard who has the best assist to turnover ratio in the last 7 seasons in the league. They went and got, who was that? Trey Jones' brother. What's the, not Trey, but Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones. They went and got Tyus Jones. So you know he ain't gonna turn the ball over, and you know he gonna get guys the basketball where they like it. Like I think they're gonna be better than they were last year. They're not getting swept in the first round. So,
but when they say on the fence to contending,
yeah. If you look at the rest of these teams on the fence of contending, like the Pacers are not on the fence, not yet.
The Lakers neither. That is jokeable. That is so laughable. You know, they last season they basically got swept in the first round. They won one game. They was in the play-in. How do you go from that to being on the fence? Because you drafted Bronny James? Come on, man, it's a joke. The fence Lakers and Pacers is a joke.
But I guess that's okay if we're saying everybody's healthy. We got to eliminate Denver, and it's only 6 teams. And those 6 teams are legit. Boston, Knicks, 76ers, OKC, Dallas, and Minnesota. And you don't agree with Minnesota, you're saying?
I don't know. If they got Minnesota, then okay, you got to have Denver. I would take Minnesota and Denver out. But if you have Minnesota, you got to have Denver. So I don't have no problem if they're going to do it like that. The contenders, I don't have no problem with. I have a problem with on the fence. I have a problem with Indiana. I have a problem with the Lakers. I have a problem with Memphis because we haven't seen them fully healthy with John Morant. And I have a problem with Phoenix. They got swept last season.
So you okay with Miami being on the fence?
I'm sorry, I missed that. Get Miami out of here. The only team that should be on the fence, it should be switched up. Milwaukee, Minnesota, Denver should be on the fence. And then it should be those only 5 teams contenders. Everybody else should be on the outs.
So you don't even got like if you take Minnesota and Denver out, you don't even want to replace them. You just want to take them out.
Exactly.
So
go ahead, Flea. I'm sorry. That
no, because I want to ask you a question. So if you're not very high on Minnesota, Western Conference Finals, Denver, they just won a championship 2 seasons ago. What makes you so confident about Dallas?
They just left the finals.
Okay.
And they added probably second greatest shooter of all time, 4-time champion, Klay Thompson. So I mean, I'm just going off your criteria when you said, every season teams have to make changes and upgrade. Whether we like that upgrade better or not better, however we feel about it, they're making changes. And for me, when the 2 teams that just left the finals, until they get debunked, you got to put them there. Okay. I'm saying for me, Denver, Minnesota, what moves did they make to get better? For them to be contenders.
Denver went and got Russell Westbrook. Yeah. yo, the disrespect to Russ is insane. We ain't even kicked Russ back in a long time. I'm glad we haven't.
I mean, it's good when he comes off the bench and he can make up, but just defensively, they need help. And we saw we dragged and what's his name, Michael Porter Jr. The other day, and Flea still has hope for him apparently. But yeah, you
hope for him what? Basketball?
To be the 4th best player on the team. But that's part of the thing, Flea. He's your 4th best player and paying him that much money. They finally paid Jamal Murray. I think that's the other thing. To rely on Jamal Murray for another 82 games and a playoff run to be a contender, that's a lot to ask of him right now. He's not built like Russell Westbrook. He's not built like that, and he gets injured a lot. As great as he is.
There's things going on with their head coach, Mike Malone, and them. Like, there's some stuff going on in Denver right now. So
lots of question marks. Great point.
Yeah, there's question marks over there. So I agree with OG. I would take them out of contention. I like Minnesota being there only because of being a Final Four team. So I like them. I like them being in there. Outside,
like the kid they drafted.
Where for who?
Minnesota, the point guard.
Oh, Dillingham. Rob
right.
Dillingham.
They traded for him.
Yeah, Dillingham. I like Dillingham.
Somebody who drafted him. Somebody drafted him first, and they traded for him. I want to say San Antonio. I want to say San Antonio.
One of them.
Because San Antonio got Stephon Castle because of it.
Right.
I believe. Right. Okay.
And I'm being honest, the Miami Heat shouldn't even be on this board.
I don't even want them in the graphic.
Oh, I don't even see the Orlando Magic low in the cut down there.
Yeah. I got to put them outside looking in for now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But
I guess they got the same.
I'm glad they got an honorary mention at least.
Yeah, because I see them in Miami having the same amount of danger in terms of Miami has to turn it on. Orlando kind of got to grow up a little bit in order to get into this conversation.
Miami is not scary no more. That boogeyman shit is over. Get them out of here. There's no threat to nothing.
I like their draft pick. That center Khalil Ware. I like him. He's tough.
Good. The
backup point guard is good. He spent I forgot where he went to school at. Spent 5 years in college. He plays like a point guard. That's the reason why Khalil Ware looked good in the preseason.
Yo, it's almost like because Jimmy Butler led them to 2 finals appearances, it's almost like he got like a certain cachet now. You ain't done nothing. You didn't win. He be walking, for real. He walk around. No. Let me get this off real fast.
Good.
He walks around like he is in that tier of guys. He's not it. Notice how we didn't say Jimmy Butler's name for MVP, right? Notice how we didn't even his name didn't even come up.
Flea, how long I used to
we used to be like this. You used to be shoulder rope, and I used to be on your head. Pause.
What did they say at the end of Usual Suspects? The greatest trick the devil ever pulled.
Well, Pat Riley don't play them games. Jimmy Butler rumors. Warriors interested in the Heat star probably made trade calls.
Whoa.
That was a great segue, by the way.
This how we gonna end it? Whoa.
With the hammer and the nail. Even though the Miami Heat have shown no indication they want to trade Jimmy Butler, that hasn't stopped the Golden State Warriors from expressing some level of interest in a 6-time All-Star. Appearing on a TK podcast, the Athletic Sam Amek said the Warriors have interest in Butler and probably made a couple of calls to the Heat this summer to test the waters. Shams Charania of the Athletic reported in June that Butler intends to play out his existing deal and wouldn't sign an extension with them or any other club if he happened to get traded before being able to exercise his opt-out clause after the 2024-2025 season. We have not discussed that internally right now. We have to look at making that kind of commitment, and when we do it, we have to do it until 2025. Actually, we'll see. We haven't made a decision on it, and we haven't really in earnest discussed. What am I reading this right? There are reasons for the Heat to be concerned about making a significant financial commitment to Butler. He will be 35 on Saturday and miss at least 15 regular season games in each of the past 5 seasons. Kaiser, he is. He's eligible he's eligible to sign for up to 2 years and $119 million of an extension, says Bobby Marks from ESPN. The Warriors are on an obvious landing spot for Butler if the Heat decide they want to trade him and to try to maximize their potential for remaining years of Steph Curry's prime. They talk about losing Klay Thompson, of course, but
Yo, Fish called him Bimbo Coles.
He said he walk around like he D Wade, but
That's
he's
a fact, though.
Fish is a nut. Listen,
I don't
So
know
what-
about. I can't reduce Jimmy to Bimbo. I know you being funny, Fish, and that's hilarious.
so what do you guys feel about Bimbo Coles 2.0 there in Miami trying to get them?
I don't like him in Golden State. Flea, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like it. I think the move will be irrelevant, and then to pair him up again with Andrew Wiggins, which we know they don't get along. He called Andrew Wiggins soft. But
Big shout out to Andrew Wiggins' daddy. Just passed away. Mitchell Wiggins.
Yes,
Just passed
rest
away.
in peace. Yes, Andrew
Rest in
Wiggins'
peace.
pops. But yeah, I don't. Like I said, man, I think it's time for Steph Curry to think about playing somewhere else. I don't think the move is Jimmy Butler. And, you know, I just want to leave this with y'all. And please don't answer it. We'll save it. Is Jimmy Butler better than DeMar DeRozan? Just something to think about. You know, because, you know,
We can address that.
Yeah, I thought Jimmy was, you know, I put him up there superstar with what he did in Miami, get to the finals, Eastern Conference Finals, but now it's like I don't know, but him going to Golden State, I don't like it. He doesn't shoot good enough.
Jimmy Butler turns 35 tomorrow. Tomorrow, he turns 35. Young man in the regular world. He's getting older in terms of NBA age, basketball age, superstar star age, whatever you want to call it. He's got miles on him too. This is not like a young Jimmy Butler. They about to get over there and that's gonna change things and, you know, put them back into contention. That's not happening. Jimmy Butler does not get through regular seasons. If you bring him over there, you are going to need him for 65 plus games. You will. You can't just sit him down and say, Moses Moody, play in place of him and help us win. That can't happen. That cannot happen. So whatever faith Mike Dunleavy and the rest of that front office has in Jimmy Butler over there in Golden State, I don't have the same faith in him. There's no way that you trade for him now. That's desperation at this point.
Yeah.
That's desperation at this point.
Yeah.
Because
To
they
me,
continue to strike out on adding significant pieces to play next to Steph Curry. And I'm going to bring it up again to you Golden State fans, if you're here. Why doesn't anybody want to go to the Bay Area and play next to Steph Curry? Why not? Help me understand that.
Well, most of us blame Draymond, and I would love nothing but Jimmy Butler to join them Warriors and them scrap it out. See who the real tough guy is. I'm tired of the fake tough. That's what I love. I love that man ever since he's
No. We've hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's like when we attach the fake tough guy thing to Kevin Garnett, like we've seen Anthony Peeler give Kevin Garnett something and he ain't do nothing. So we've seen Dwight Howard throw the ball at Kevin Garnett and he do nothing. Like so we can attach the fake tough. Draymond knocks niggas out, man. Like, you gotta chill. That's no fake tough guy, nothing. Like,
come on, man. We seen Ron Artest hem him up.
Hold
Ron
on,
that's
Artest.
fine. But I've seen Draymond use his hands.
Hold
Nah,
on.
I've seen
There's
Draymond.
nothing fake about it. I've seen a nigga do.
Hold
Ain't
on.
nothing fake about that.
Queen,
Hold on.
We don't have
Queensbridge,
to like him. Y'all know I hate him.
the
Fake
Warrior.
tough guy thing, we can't attach to him.
Nah, the Warrior came out and gave Draymond the stiff.
Hold on.
Hey,
When he was a first year
Fellas.
player.
nah, Flea.
Fellas,
Nah,
fellas,
Flea.
fellas.
First year player.
Don't
He was a
pick
rookie.
and choose. Don't pick and
Fellas.
choose.
Like,
Fellas.
come
You
on.
ain't- he hemmed you up, and he's your same size and everything, and you
Fellas.
felt that old school strength. And Draymond did nothing but trot away.
All I'm
Fellas.
saying is don't attach the fake
No, no.
tough guy thing. That's all
Hold
I'm
on.
saying. I'm not
There's
with that.
There's a legendary story.
Did
Allegedly,
we see it?
there was people that was there that saw it.
All right, hold on. Go ahead, Cook. Let me hear this.
They said Draymond got the fire smacked out of him.
Bye.
Tristan Thompson and did nothing
The one and only,
at a wedding.
At a wedding. Yes, I heard that.
the Kardashian Slayer
And
himself.
Former players was there. I
heard
think
that.
one person that said the one person that told the story, I think, was Brandon Jennings, if I'm not mistaken.
I heard
He
that.
went on. No, he went on Draymond's podcast and they talked about it.
Mhm.
He went on there.
Tristan
All I-
Thompson came on there with him.
Yeah, because Tristan is. I don't know if he's thorough, but he's certainly like Draymond from that finals. And Jimmy Butler, you ain't scrap enough for me either. And they're both fiery. I want to see the burning building go down and Steph Curry get out of there. And finally, somebody will tell your man. That's the reason why. Just finally admit it, Steph. You know he's a problem. So I want Jimmy Butler to go there just for that reason alone. But basketball wise, I don't think he fits in Golden State.
At all.
I agree.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly. If we just
At all.
talking back, absolutely, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Terrible.
His
fit.
style, his game, how he approaches going to get a bucket. He doesn't move without the basketball much. Like, what does that look like? Kerr would have to do what I think most great coaches do. I've seen Phil do it. I've seen Riley do it. I've seen Pop do it. You're gonna have to adjust. Let me see you adjust with a different roster.
No, you know what he's gonna have to really do? No, he's gonna have to do what you just said. Flea, you got to keep it real. Find a better team with a better roster.
What I would
Or
love to
that.
see, where I would love to see Jimmy Butler. Love. I know we overrate him. I know he's got the myth behind him. I would love him in San Antonio. Love him over there. They're
Not
missing
mad
a
at
veteran who
Not
can
mad at
possibly have a playoff push. San Antonio ain't got no mid-range post-up player. My guy Wemby's the Wemby years have started. We're in season 2 of the Wemby years.
I'll tell you where he'd be better at.
Where?
The Denver Nuggets.
That's actually a perfect team for him. For them to go back into contention, that would, regardless of what you feel about Jimmy Butler, they're
That's
closer
a
to a
perfect
championship.
fit. You're replacing him for KCP. You're replacing to me, that's a better fit.
He would join the team that he lost to and just follow the trend of old. Join the team that beat you.
I'm just saying of a
That's
team that
ancient
would be
history.
a fit.
I understand, but he remember.
Yeah, I
This
got
fall-
you.
This falls in line with the latest NBA storylines. Just can't beat him, join him. But that is a great on paper. Just imagining it closer to an NBA championship, play with the Joker. That's
Crazy.
tough.
If I'm Denver, I'm trading Michael Porter Jr. and maybe somebody else for him.
That's a tough contract to trade.
I mean, I'm just
Who?
they got to figure something out. But to me,
They got to
if
add
I'm-
another team. They got to
Right.
add a third team or
if,
something.
if I'm Denver, like if we just talking about fit, to me that's a fit I like way better than Golden State. To me, that's going to be another Chris Paul situation. That shit is going to look terrible. It's going to be horrific, and then the next season he's out of here. That shit ain't working at all.
You asking too much from him in Golden State, and then with Denver, the game is way easier for him. He's gonna get so many more easier
So
baskets.
many
Joe.
easy baskets.
Yeah, cut.
So many.
Yeah, you got that all ball. Denver will be the place for him to land. But do we think that pushes him back into the contender circle that we talked about earlier?
I think so. I mean, it makes them better. I'm not saying it makes them. I don't think they'd be the favorite to win a title, but they'd be better than what they are now. If he can stay healthy, because now you got to worry about him and Murray, staying healthy for the full season. But barring injury, I think it makes them at least better. Flea, to your point, which I love. I'm gonna steal at every time and give you your props.
Yeah, nah. I
To
hate
make those changes to upgrade, I think that would be an upgrade.
That is. I
Fleet,
don't know. I just got a sour taste in my mouth for Jimmy Butler right now. Pause.
Fleet, that's
Right.
two guys who we've known to hit clutch buckets in the playoffs. Not
Yeah.
even counting Joker. That's three. Those are three weapons when it
And
matters
playoff
most.
Jimmy's a real thing. Like, call it what you want. That's a real thing. Like,
That's a fact.
we watched it multiple times. Like, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
So
And who would allow him to miss games like that and let him play in the playoffs? I think Denver would allow that. Because if it means championship, we want another one with the Joker. And
yeah.
well, I guess we'll leave it there, guys.
Great show, man. Listen, today was, love up here with my brothers, but some great basketball talk, man. Some great people in the comments, man, with all the love. And listen, man.
Appreciate everybody in the comments.
Yeah, great basketball talk today. I love it.
I know you got to run all ball.
No, real quick. I just want to say I love when we just talk pure basketball. Of course, the Shannon Sharpe stuff, you got to get into that. That's big news. But how we broke down, the greatest plays without the MVP. And just now, even now with the bubble, with Flea giving us that information, and we broke that down. Listen, man, just great basketball talk. Great basketball talk. And this is what I live for. I could do this all night.
Best in the business, OG. Best in the business, man.
Yeah, my brother.
Keep working. We just keep grinding. Appreciate you, darling, baby.
Any comments Flea want to address?
Let me get out of here. Listen, the old man has to go to bed. I got to rub on the Geritol and the Bengay.
Biofreeze.
Right.
Biofreeze.
Put the cocoa butter under the eyes. Oh, and I'm starting my diet again tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. Look at Fleet Face just to get it
salads.
Oh, suckers.
Don't take the elevator. Walk up the stairs.
Yeah, I know.
He said maybe. He said I don't know about that.
I ain't gonna lie. I tell y'all all. Listen, y'all have a great night.
OG, I'll let you this weekend.
Yes, Fabian, AllBall TV for life.
Yes, sir.
Y'all gotta get a Discord. Yo, Isaiah Jackson. I tried and it's kind of confusing. I'm trying to set up the Patreon stuff. Finish that up. What's up, fellas? Bodega Mayor, he called me this guy earlier. He said I'm Crazy Legs' cousin. That was hilarious. Is MJ still own the Hornets? Would have been beautiful to see Steph go there.
What did I tell you? Remember I said that months ago? Like, if Steph could go home to Charlotte, finish his career, I mean, I don't know how good they would be, but
right, David. They said Jimmy Butler missed 15 games the last 5 years, every single year, and now he can't even stay healthy in the playoffs. Right. They were missing him big time against Denver. Tristan is West Indian. I understand.
Tristan's Canadian was soft.
A ninja with a perm making coffee like it's cocaine. I don't trust him. Jimmy Butler walks around like he's D Wade when he's really Bimbo Coles. That was
the Bimbo Coles reference from Fish is, oh man, that's spot on.
I think we need to give a little respect to the Cavs. They were fighting us for the second seed up until the end. They struggle way too much with Orlando, and Orlando's gonna give them an even bigger problem. They're gonna have to get rid of one of those guys, Lee. You ain't keeping
yeah, but I think it's gonna be Garland. Garland will be the odd man out.
Yeah,
and I don't think, and be honest with you, I don't even think you break up. Maybe we talk about this another time, but I don't even think you break up Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. If you want to continue to contend, I don't think you do that.
Where do you have the Rockets finish that?
Oh, that's a great question, Turbo. I got them being good this year.
Yeah, but the thing with the Rockets for me is like you're looking for a leap from a bunch of players. Is it Amen over there? Yes, Amen now. So
yeah,
Amen looks their potential for all those guys. Jalen Green.
He's gotten way, like how he looked last season is night and day comparison. And I'm talking about his efficiency. His numbers have been pretty consistent, right? But his efficiency, the shots that he was taking, having Van Vliet over there now, and a couple more adults in the room. Dylan Brooks is over there now, giving him that edge, right? Like, and then like David Smith just mentioned, now Alperen Sengun is I think is amazing. Steven Adams is over there. He was hurt. He's going to be playing this year, right? Like, they got some stuff over there. Van Vliet, like
Jabari, Cam.
And I left out probably the guy that they might start playing through. things might change. They might start playing through. I don't know. We don't know.
But these are what I'm saying. Super talented. It feels like Jabari's crazy. Cam Whitmore defensively, and just the way
we didn't even mention Cam. Like Cam is a dog.
Yeah, they're tough. Like I don't even know how to.
And then Udoka is just one of the better coaches in the league.
But they're in the same spot for me where the Clippers were 20 years ago. All this talent, and you need to mold that right. And they do have the guys there to mold it. That's what's scary about it. And potentially the Rockets, in my opinion, the Rockets, the Spurs, and the Grizzlies, they can get the Lakers, the Suns, and who's that other team in the West I'm thinking of? Who's old? The Lakers and Golden State. Y'all could get it's time. Y'all in your late 30s. Father time is kicking.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So
the young boys rule. Why the Lakers not in the Pac-12 yet? Isn't the Pac-12 diminished?
Yeah, no, that's what it is now. It was a Pac-10 at first. Now it's the Pac-12.
Okay. Yeah. So the Big Ten is the other thing. Sacramento is better than the Grizzlies. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Listen, yo, Flea, I can't wait to revisit this mid-season.
Yeah.
When Gigi Jackson comes back, and I'm telling you, that kid, nobody's talking about this kid. I'm the Vince Williams bandwagon right here. VCU. I never heard of that before I seen him.
Eric Maynor went to VCU. You know VCU.
So
Larry Sanders.
Larry Sanders, the guy from Milwaukee, right?
Yes.
And there's somebody, and there's another.
I said Eric Maynor. I said Larry Sanders.
Virginia Commonwealth University.
Yes.
It was like.
Yes, right.
Bro, 6'4", 7 foot wingspan.
Nah,
I can't wait.
Kid can play. So we're gonna see.
Shoots 38% from 3 last year. The first 25 games he shot like 30. The second set of 25 games he shot 40% from 3. Same thing as his junior and senior year in college at VCU. This kid
and probably averaged over 15 a game to finish the year.
Around there,
nobody was playing.
Right, but they didn't play like the last 20 games because he started tanking. Don't let Zach Edey get something going. I'm
saying they replaced Steven Adams with Zach Edey. Come on.
Like he's just a big bull out there. Like all you need is, and that's another thing. Ja got to figure out how to get in the half court and not just do it for yourself. If you can slow it down and get Edey involved with a slow down half court, that's really when it's a wrap because everybody else is going fast. And you're not big on Baycott though.
I think he's an undersized guy for what he did in college. I would be curious to see how it translates over into the NBA. So that's why I said it's going to be kind of hard for him to make the team. Why would I play Armando Baycott over Brandon Clark? I can't do that.
The only reason why is if he proves to rebound well. And I'm not saying over Clark because Clark is a super defender compared to him.
Right.
But they need rebounding. Nope. That's one thing about Triple J. You average like 8 rebounds a game. Bro, you need to average 10. You need to average 10 because Steven Adams averaged close to that. They need rebounding. Once you get the rebound, especially the offensive rebounding, they're going to be – I'm going to watch them, though. I'm going to watch them the first 10 games, see how they are. I'm super high on them. I'm kind of scared of them. He is garbage. They had one good run in a couple of years. All they got was older and more frail. He just washed.
Yeah, they washed. Get them out of here. They're done.
The sporting page. Yo, shout out the sporting page. Isaiah Thomas answered you today on Twitter. I seen that. I think he asked him, how soon would you have one in Detroit if you had Kareem over there? He's like, way sooner. So that was dope. We got to talk to Isaiah on Twitter. That was fly, actually.
That's dope.
Sacramento should be in the same ring as the Lakers. Sacramento's fringe for me. They're on the fence. Nuggets is Sixers on the fence, and B can't make the second round. Their best players, their biggest weakness. Right. I want to go back up because y'all were cursing a muck earlier. Watching Mellow podcast now, he still got that. You got to be careful not to hurt his ego.
I wanted to know if because you coined 7 p.m. in Brooklyn as one of the better podcasts from former athletes, right? You said that to me. But who said that? East Beloved? Eastside? Who said that just now?
East Blue Drew.
East Blue Drew. He's right. I agree with him. Every time I watch it, I can see the absolute humility in Melo, but you can absolutely see. Melo said he would average 28 a game for this if he played with us right now.
I agree with him.
I don't.
Why not? Why wouldn't he average 28?
We wouldn't need Melo to average 28 a game with the team that we have.
I think it'll be super easy for him to average 28.
I don't think so. He wouldn't get the FGAs. And if he got the FGAs, he would average 28 and we would be a bad team.
Because there's no Billups there.
Because what? I mean, Brunson. What?
Yeah, but he's not Billups. That's the thing about, I love Brunson, don't get me wrong. But Kolek seems to be more of a pure point guard. He has more of that in him. I don't see much of Brunson and Melo together is going to be tough.
Jalen Brunson averaged 6 to 7 assists last year and didn't even try, bro. So
they're not Billups assists. Like Billups is getting you the pass. He's not worried about the assist for me. Brunson is like
the Billups will get the hockey assist. He will get the pass to the second pass. Yeah, I got you.
And I don't need that much footwork. I'm stronger than all of y'all. Billups with another guy from the old school. You guys got to stop with this old school business because it seems like 90% of the people that played back then could probably play today. You can't tell me Alvin Robinson couldn't play today, but Davion Mitchell sitting on the bench. A lot of these guys would just play today. They would. And Billups, especially after, I love his story when he went to Minnesota, because that's exact. I remember him being on Minnesota and going bananas. Because I'm like, where did he come from?
When it changed, because
yeah,
he got drafted in Boston.
Hell yeah.
Then got moved to Toronto, went home to Denver for a cup of coffee. Like Chauncey,
he went to Colorado, right?
Yes, that's where he's from. He's from Denver. Yeah. And so
he went to Colorado University, I'm saying.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is those
I'm getting better.
I told you, don't play. Don't play. Don't play, bro. Very impressive. I loved it. I love what you like.
My growth. Anthony Mason was kind of a
starving, man. Take us home.
I'm sorry, because I wanted to read this. I'll probably play it for you later. What Larry Johnson said with the 4-point play.
Oh, that Starks said Starks told him he didn't get fouled.
He broke it down nice. That's the first year that they got rid of the "you can't touch me" rule with the hand checking.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
It was Phantom. Okay, we'll leave it for later.
It's just hate because I don't want to pull up something that the Knicks fan TV did. That's just hate. But anyway.
Oh, that's what it was. That's the clip.
I know.
That's the clip,
and that's why I said I don't want to pull that up right now. Because
I will. I dare you to copyright me. Swaggerless.
Yo,
I'm gonna read a couple more, man. Go ahead, eat your food, man. I'm sorry.
Everybody in the comments, appreciate y'all for tapping in. My brother Fabian, you wearing that wool bucket to sleep tonight? Never the little one. Love you, bro. You ain't going to work tonight. I'll hit you later. It's Friday.
That was Big Flea. Never the little one. Bring back Max Kellerman, my Apex Jones. My man Apex Jones did Shannon's clip with stage. I like Apex Jones. A lot of these guys be on there, LeBron loving them, Michael Jordan loving, they're all crazy. Is it staged? Regardless of the fact that it's staged, right? Because my conspiracy hat on, you gotta believe it was staged, right? But regardless of the fact of whether it was staged or not, you gotta handle the consequences that come with it. I hate to sound PC about it. And those are hell of a consequences to have to face after you press the off button. Everybody hitting you up and stuff like that. It's just tough for me to imagine. Like, that's a crazy thing to go viral for, right? Did he take a shot of something, just go live? I should have put that in there for a vote. Did Shannon Sharpe stage that? That ball game you're referring to might be the 6. Rich Robinson was going, what's up with you, Rich Robinson? You still in the building? You were going crazy. As brown men, we got to stand with our champs. Yo, real talk, that Ninja Unk did too much outside for us to yo, shut up. I'm telling y'all acting like y'all don't know what's shaking with Unk. I be on here. I know y'all too sharp for that. I'll be real, bro. There's so many that play both sides. They're quasi, man. They quasi out there. So, and it's Hollywood. So it's not that it's surprising. It ain't gonna be surprising for us. It's just the fact that he's in that spot, and we see so many people that get gifted the spot, and who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, it's Hollywood. They always do this, if that is the case. But we can't act like, because I'm not a big, nightcap guy. If he's not talking sports to me, it's like too much talk. I'm not a big fan of it, but he's clearly emceeing the whole sports world right now. He's the king. You know, the bag he's about to get is just crazy. He's talking about $200 million. Joe Rogan did not get that. And with the merch, you know, all the apparel and accessories he's selling with the, you know, the SEX pills and with the alcohol. The alcohol game, if he gets the right distributor, we're talking about billions now. Billions with an S. Things can fall in the right place, especially with that in the background, man. We seen he got to go holler at The Rock and what's the guy from that medical show back in the day? Not Nurses. ER. George Clooney. George Clooney made a crazy bundle, right? Holler at the same people. Diageo. Holler at the people that don't puff. They're missing that sponsor. They're missing that sponsor. Let me see. Matter of fact, let me see. Shannon Sharpe. Who did Shannon Sharpe partner for alcohol? Born from, let me let y'all in. Born from the vision of Shannon Sharpe and the expertise of cask connoisseur Jay Bradley. He's a cask connoisseur. That's not as, or sommelier is just for wine, right? Born from the vision of Shannon Sharpe and the expertise of cask connoisseur Jay Bradley, Le Portier is a sophisticated celebration of skill. Yeah, but wait, give me the facts on this, man. Give me the facts on this. Le Portier. Give me some background info on this. Enough is enough. Let's get to the bottom of this, because that's escaping me now. Is there Wikipedia on this? Who owns, who distributes Le Portier? Who owns it? It's just Shannon? Continuing a successful partnership, we will work exclusively with Eagle Rock Distributing out of Colorado. See, here's my only thing, because remember, I know Screaming Eagle was like $15,000, a $15,000 wine or something like that. Screaming Eagle, but Eagle Rock sounds like a spot in Colorado. The wait is over for Le Portier fans. Is there a Wikipedia on this, man? We need a story about Le Portier, man. Enough is enough. Shannon Sharpe launches. Okay, let me see if we got something here, guys. Food and beverage. I'm not subscribing to Jack. Get me out of here, man. I can't get one free article. Rolls out his award-winning cognac in the City Lights. A few months. The remaining bottles featuring the inaugural are collectible. Many exciting Vegas hotspots within the resort, such as A Lounge on 66, 8 Lounge on Brazier. Recent trip to Las Vegas, where Shannon took time out of his schedule to engage with cognac aficionados. The former NBA superstar celebrated with Ray Lewis. Shade by Le Portier is served at Al Lounge. All right, but hold on. So Jay Bradley, the founder of Craft Irish Whiskey Company and creator of the world's best Irish single malt, challenging him to create a VSOP that drank like an XO. Years of work allowed Shannon and Jay to fine-tune the cognac, creating the sophistication and complexity found in XO cognacs retailing at $500, but in a VSOP that retails online for $98. Shannon expands. When I decided to create my own cognac, I knew I had to find someone who really knew about taste. Jay Bradley's dedication to crafting a premium flavor profile in a cognac has resulted in a taste that has judges taking notice. Yeah, but come on. You know what? Want to play games? Who the fuck is Jay Bradley? How about that? Who the fuck are you, brother? Not Brad Bradley. Stop playing with me, man. Jay Bradley. Oh, is that really him? Get out of here, the Portier. Shannon Sharpe's cognac beats establishment grades to become the highest awarded VSOP for taste. Oh, so they're getting awards and stuff for this. How Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe net worth grew after the gridiron. Exclusive look inside made in Chelsea. Yeah, I gotta look more into this, man, because arguably one morning drive, Shannon Sharpe. Probably has an estimated net worth of $14 million in 2013. Hearing more than 20. That's gone up. Outside of his media ventures, father of 3 launched a premium cognac Chez Le Portier brand new spirits collection. There's not a lot of information on this. Chez Le Portier launched in partnership with leading luxury spirits such as Jay Bradley. He's the creator of the world's most expensive whiskey. It's sold at an auction for $2 million. Oh, okay. Nah, Jay Bradley's. When I decided to create my own cognac, I knew I had to find someone who really, yeah. So Jay Bradley's serious business, but who the hell are you? Chez Le Portier has won 7 prestigious awards for taste. Therefore, it has beaten established brands such as Courvoisier, Remy Martin, and Branson. That's big time. It's got, okay, so they're getting all the awards for this taste and stuff, but I don't hear about no money, man. I don't hear about no money. Yeah, I want to see more of this, man. Get more to more of y'all comments. No 909. Salute, I feel you. Sengun is so talented. Yeah, he is. Rockets have enough cap space to sign Randall and do the total Spurs. I look what Memphis could possibly be this season. They got more solid pieces that just talented and they hungry. Yo, Fish, I'm super high on them. I can't believe what I'm seeing with Vince Williams is going to be. We on it. I'm telling you right now, they're the scary guys out west. Denver don't want no problems with them. The Lakers don't want to see them now. Terry Laurier went to VCU. They had a couple guys at VCU, man. Brunson more of a leader than Melo ever was. Melo was all about his brand and the money and all-star appearances. But we got, to be fair, Melo never had. They had a chance in 2013. He had a really good chance. And what's my guy? When Iman Shumpert blew out his knee, that was crazy. Baron Davis' knee exploded in real time, too. That was crazy. Robert Paulson. Oh, yeah. On Twitter. Thanks, Paulson. RP. Jay Bradley. Thanks, RP. I appreciate that, man. Let's get to the bottom of this, man. 15 years of experience building whiskey, launching his first company in 2005, building the team to over 400 professionals, revenue of $76 million per annum, as the sales arm for major brands such as Amex and O2. Jay became a whiskey advocate after reading a book called Truths About Whiskey. It explained how the Liberties in Dublin, where he was born, was the epicenter of global whiskey. Fast forward to today, in every high-end restaurant around the world, you'll be lucky to see one of 2 Irish whiskeys on the menu, with up to 45 Scottish and at least 8 American whiskeys. Seeing this set Jay on a personal mission to create and promote the luxury craft of whiskey. He's from Dublin, so he's from out there in Ireland. I forgot, what are these codes? Let me see. +61. It must be Dublin, right? It must be Ireland. So, that's Australia. That's you, RP. +61 and +44. What's +44? United Kingdom, that's the UK. KG would have known that, man. The sporting page baited Isaiah into that question, truth be told. I know. I saw your science behind that, man. Yeah, real quick. I guess God bless the dead. Shout out to Tupac Shakur, my favorite rapper of all time, my favorite, one of my favorite celebrities of all time. Just an incredible mind, just incredible artist. He helped me develop an understanding for what standom is and fandom, being that I was 12 or 13 and I was a super fan of Tupac, and he just got killed after stomping out a Crip in Las Vegas. And it was such a conflicting thing for me because you're 12 or 13. This is like a superhero. But then I'm looking at it, I'm like, why would he stomp out a Crip? That was dumb. And obviously we're dealing with a person that's, conflicted and everything like that. And just a duplicitous character. And it showed as an artist, through the music, through the way he spoke. I don't think anybody has made music like him ever since. I don't think we've had a hip hop star or a star in any realm out of this country since him. Just anytime you watch an interview with Tupac is beyond fascinating, beyond interesting. He makes it interesting. He's a salesman. And, people don't want to hear a Trump comparison, but he was very Trump-like. And I always say this, I was so glad when Fat Joe said that, because he was live when he saw Pac in the crowd with the famous freestyle with Funk Flex, and he saw like this guy was always a rah-rah, starting something, and he just looked for the attention. One of the pioneer trolls of hip-hop, the way he got at Biggie and everyone just mentioning their names. He bridged the gap between the street and the music. All these names that were in the street, the Jimi Hendrix of the world, Haitian Jacks of the world, Tut, all these guys became even more mythological because of Tupac. And after that, I think we had so many artists that it was easier for them to like storm the scene, and they were like, on the street from when they were kids, like a DMX and even the Jay-Z's of the world and the 50 Cents, all these guys that were directly influenced by that. Even Lil Wayne with the tattoos, and Kanye with his vulnerable side, right? Even Drake with his vulnerable side. A lot of this was birthed in the 90s with a Tupac, with someone who made a Dear Mama and also made a Hit 'Em Up. But definitely 2096 or 28 years ago, it was crazy, because around this time, it was around like 7:00 p.m. in New York. It was reported. And just a character like that, he taught me, just by being a fan of his, how I can directly disagree with someone who I'm a fan of. And I see a lot of people struggle with being a fan and being a stan. And in sports, we see it all the time, where people are super LeBron fans, super Michael Jordan fans. And I'm not saying I don't get caught up. I can be blinded by fandom myself, because again, being a fan of Tupac made me realize, like, you're human. There are charismatic people. There are people who are leaders, and they're just, they're going to gravitate and resonate with you for whatever reason. And people can become blinded by it. So anytime you hear me harshly criticize any one of these sports athletes or celebrities, it's because I was once a fan, a super fan of a major artist in Tupac. And it taught me, like, don't be blinded by fandom. And, of course, we lost a great mind. A lot of it was self-inflicted, or most of it was self-inflicted. He pushed the beef with Biggie. A big reason why Biggie's not here either is because of himself, Tupac, Puffy, and Suge. And they played a major part. Biggie should have never been out there, but he fanned the flames. If you look at Pac, was so political. He was raised by the Black Panthers, and he learned what media was all about. So you're in the media and you're mentioning names of people that have something to do with you being attacked, and then throwing Biggie in the mix because he's going to make headlines. Because the rest of the guys, they won't make the headlines, right? They even replaced Jimmy Henchman and Haitian Jack's name in the Vibe magazine with like Nigel and somebody else, because that dude Powell, I think his name was Adam Powell, whatever he was, used to work for Vibe magazine. He knew how dangerous it was to put those names in there. But Pac was all about sensationalism, even back then. That's why, to me, you saw people hate the comparison, but you saw like a Tekashi 6ix9ine in this era go bananas, and he was like harmless he himself, what kind of damage can he actually do? Tupac was out here really shooting people, really shooting at people, playing with guns, you know, very confrontational, and out to prove and set himself up as a man in his position and gain a status, which a lot of us can look up to. And just studying his life is, you can learn a lot about what celebrities are about, right? Like you can see when he's 17 years old, how he sounds in an interview compared to 25 years old. He's very aggressive. At 17, he sounds like effeminate. At 25, he's super tough guy, macho. So we see the growth in what can happen with a guy who's trying to obtain power. He understands power. He becomes Machiavelli. He takes on the Machiavelli name, who supposedly killed him or faked his own death. And he's just taking on this super persona in pursuit of power. He understood politics. He was the most prepared out of any celebrity, especially out of hip hop, to be a celebrity. A lot of guys they're not ready for that. I think Fish mentioned earlier how Shannon Sharpe wasn't prepared to be this level of celebrity. And it felt like Tupac was. Like, he went to acting school. It felt like he was always performing. And his last performance kind of caught us, kind of made him slip. And people get offended when you say performance, but we're all performing. There's a microphone in front of me. I have to perform a certain way. In life, we're all born artists, as I think Picasso said. And I think Pac should be in anybody's GOAT category, because he performed every single attitude and feeling just outright. So I wanted to mention that. The more you get to know me, the more you understand that's somebody that should be studied as far as the celebrity thing goes. And when you see the tricks in the media and they report certain stories, and you see celebrities acting a certain way, or they're taking on different roles all of a sudden and trying to gain your attention, nothing is new on planet Earth, man. I myself, you know who I be. Thank you to all of my people for joining us. I might go live this weekend just to pop up and see what we got going on. I'm definitely chopping up a bunch of these videos, man. I know what time it is. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.